Good day. It's Kathleen Acker, and I'm here to share a little bit more of my court filings with you. If you have not liked and shared, I would greatly appreciate you doing so. Share it because I just want to help people. Maybe the message can help someone in ways that you don't even know. So, like and share, and do me a solid on that. And so I went to court, family court, and had some fun playing in the court system and learning because I wanted to apply what I've learned. So I'm a contract expert. I've reviewed thousands of contracts globally, and I comprehend the lawful versus the legal, and I teach that. In my court filings, I have an unrebutted affidavit, which the judge, the woman, Janet, acting as judge, repeatedly ignores, even though I keep bringing it up. And so I hired a court reporter. And so I have transcripts wherein she denies it. She denies all kinds of stuff. So I'm just doing segments of that filing. My most recent filing was filed on November 27th of 2024. And so in there, I have that subject matter jurisdiction is questioned because I reside in my body. Do you know what it means to reside in your body? When I reside in my body, so wherever my body is, that's where I am living. So when they say, "Hey, what's your address?" Well, first of all, what's your name? Well, I don't have a name. I'm living. A name is a birth certificate. It's a piece of paper. Hi, this piece of paper. It's filed with, just like if you had a corporation, boop, let's just file that with the state. So the state owns that. So when you register your son or daughter, you're saying, hey, I'm going to give them over to you. So if you don't have a letter attached with that saying, hey, I am still, they're still my property. And you may not like being able to say, oh, my child calling my son or daughter property. Yeah, I think you want to because they're your property, not the state's. You want to claim that you are alive. And you can do that a number of ways. I can go over that. Anyway, so I reside in my body. So when the little prissy attorney says, where do you live? I live in my body. I have stated that clearly, like repeatedly. I don't know what part she didn't get, but I reside in my body. It's in the affidavit, the one that you have yet to rebut. That one. Yeah, I reside in my body and I don't give my birth date because my birth date is hearsay. Why do I say it's hearsay? I wasn't there. And it's hearsay because there is document that a creation of a corporation type entity was created that day, a day. But as far as the live birth, I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't consciously because I was a baby. I was an infant at that time. My mommy and daddy took me. They were living souls, and I'm a living soul. I'm not the afterbirth. I'm not the product. So, what does that mean? Well, we can dive into that and where I got it and everything. I discussed that in my course and in some of the trainings and in my private groups. This is just like an overview. So, I reside in my body. But here's what I did on my court filings that I would like to share because maybe it could help someone out there better understand. So in here on subject matter jurisdiction, I put I reside in my body. I mean, I repeat this so many times. This is just one of the times on page 62. I am Kathleen, firstborn, meaning I am not the afterbirth. The afterbirth comes second, correct? And that's where the afterbirth is salvaged. Like the mom grants the afterbirth and they create a trust called the SEQV trust that you hear about. And they do that. And so I am not a human creature. This is very important. This dates back to the 1300s. Yeah. So I teach that. So it dates back to the 1300s. I am not a human creature, thereby not subject to Roman, Vatican entity or man. This court has jurisdiction of live birth, the product, and I am not the product. I've already claimed that. I'm a secured party and I am a creditor, not a debtor. So she doesn't have jurisdiction. I'm not a citizen, person, individual, corporation. I'm not a soulless. And then I am that I am, and I am sent me. I think we should probably know that that's a verse. And Exodus, Exodus, I like to say it differently, trips people up. Anyway, the DNA is not public. So what that means is it's not land. So I also filed in the court reporter, county. So you do a UCC filing when you do your secured party. And then what a lot of people aren't doing is they're not filing it in their county. Your county is extremely important and has a lot of power. That's where, you might have a home that you sometimes rest at because you live in your body. So when the attorney again said, "Where do you live?" I said, "I live here, like right here. Like, I'm right here. Do you see me? Can you see me?" And it kind of made her a little mad. I don't know why. I was clear that I filed that in my court repeatedly in my filings. So then she said, "Well, where do you sleep at?" And I said, I sleep in my body." Sure what part she wasn't getting. Anyway, we are so trained to think that we are a piece of paper. We are a little game piece in this game that we're playing. We identify sometimes as this game piece and not as a living being that has superior jurisdiction over all titles. Because, especially, like, let's say somebody took an oath and they took an oath, then they're a servant to the king, and that would be the one asking. So you always want to be the one asking. Anyway, what was important is if you look up unum sanctum, it will tell you, and I teach this, and I should probably show this. The spiritual man judges all things, and he himself is judged by no man. Let me repeat that. The spiritual man, which I've claimed repeatedly, I'm a spiritual living woman, okay? The spiritual man judges all things, and he himself is judged by no man. Hmm. Do you see where that can help you in a court case if you claim that you're spiritual, living, flesh? It's so much fun when you start to open up this porthole of consciousness. It opens up a whole new world. We could get more into the jurisdiction and the fact that when you question jurisdiction, it must stop. There's tons. I have a couple quotes of the law provides that once state and federal jurisdictions has been challenged, it must, not like, hey, I may or may not do it. It must be proven. The judge has to stop in her tracks or his and prove it. And the thing is that, oh, that did not happen. Somebody should be recused. Anyway, till next time, roll the dice, play the game alive, and let's have some fun. I mean, it is fun as you repent and you clean up the stuff and you learn it and you learn that you're living and that you're not this little product, this jumping around the game board, and you are not identifying as this um, little product. But hey, sometimes I want to dip my toe in and play in the world of the products that are going around, but sometimes I want to pull my higher jurisdiction and stand above all. Just know where you're playing, just know which game you're playing at, and always be mindfully aware. That way when you jump back into the matrix of the soulless, then you're mindfully aware, so you're not really playing at the same level. You're playing at a superior level, just like any game. When you know the rules, you can play a lot better. So know the rules, play the game, roll the dice, and have some fun.